Hello, hello, hello. Where did I put my tracker arms thing? The hell? Like I had it in my hand and then I was like, I'm not ready to hook it up yet, and I put it somewhere. There it is. I do need to adjust one thing here. My apologies. So this is after a new world update. Oh, actually, it's all set for the CJ4. Interesting. And then I hope that means SPAD is also configured or running. In the profile I want. Indeed it is. Okay. So we should be all good then. Let me just connect to VATSIM, even though we're not likely to have any sort of coverage for this at all. But that's okay. We don't really need. We don't really need any, but I want to file it anyway. I suppose we can have a look, though, to see. What do we got? Oh, look at that. What's this center? All down there. Bides lonesome. Unbelievable. There's actually somebody flying to where we are. That's amazing. Hey, Sean, how are you? And why are we not showing up in here, though, I wonder? Or is it just going to take a second? Okay. Somebody's actually flying to the airport that we're flying out of. It looks like somebody might be doing the same trip. Well, it is the same trip that I did last time. And by the way, I had to adjust the title. I had to say Burkina Faso to Niamey, which is the city we're flying to. Even though the country, because the country name is Niger, and when you put that in there, it literally will not let you do it because, you know, it's one letter off from a very bad word. So such is the internet. So we are flying the CJ4. It's early in the morning, so this is live weather, but not live time. That's a nice view. We're gonna have ourselves a nice flight. Hopefully, I have my newly created checklist, so we'll give this a whirl here. Let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, first of all, let me hide this yoke. So we want the battery to on, emergency light switch armed, standby, flight displays on, avionics to dispatch. Parking brake is set, passenger briefing. I don't know why this is here at this point. Nav lights. Why do these nav lights... Oh, what? Strange. Nav lights on. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Oh. The other thing I need to do now, I have my new overlay panels for the Behringer X-Touch, so I'm going to remove the ones that I use for the Airbus, and we will instead place on, and they're literally just sitting on here, the ones for the CJ4. There we go. So let's initialize our FMS. We've got our position. Then we go to the route menu. We'll recall our flight plan. Can I switch? Oh, OG. Okay, now I gotta check which one it wants here. It's the one that's right near us. 1220. So it's this first one. Oh, excellent. And I can switch this, yes. It's this one, right? Yeah. Plan mode. There we go. Cool. Our departure, we are doing runway 22. So that's all set. There is no other departure here of any sort. And our arrival, we are doing RNAV runway 27 left. 27 left. With the ETRO 1K arrival. So let's just step through these waypoints. We go there. Bulsa Banga. Okay, we've got a discontinuity there. We'll deal with that. Sorry, it's on the legs page. I always get that wrong. To ETROC. Next. Okay, that all looks good. It's a pretty short flight. It's a pretty simple flight plan. Just making sure this all. Yeah, that looks perfect. Good. Good, good. We can switch back to our preferred mode here, which I kind of like. That one, I think. Alright, so we have that. Take up data verified beacon. Beacon on. Seatbelt signs.
May I have your attention,
and altimeters set.
Please comply with the illuminated seatbelt
Okay.
and no smoking signs. Thank you.
That means we are ready for engine start. Good. It's early morning. We probably don't need these lights on. Watching the N1 percentage go up. I think I have all the stats and stuff at the top of the stream working today, Sean. Okay, that engine is going. We'll get the left engine started up. We really should have called for pushback first. That's my bad. I should actually put that. I should have put that on my checklist. But okay, with the engine started, we can switch the avionics to on. Passenger safety light is already on. Climate control selector, normal. Get the AC going. Taxi lights on. We'll just turn off the music for a moment here while we get ourselves situated. We got the terrain on. That all looks good. I have all these buttons working nicely, I believe. Hopefully. What did I say? I don't know what I said. Oh, I think I said that I have all the stats at the top of the stream going this time. I think I got it. I did not forget this time. Just the thought of you being here made me not forget it. Okay, so we're ready to taxi. Believe that incoming plane is quite a ways away. Yeah, he's quite a ways away. So we will be fine. We are going to taxi to runway 22, which is behind us and to the right. Get the park and brake off here. And we'll go taxi. I still have to put my shoes on my chair. That's still to come. We actually have to taxi down the runway. There are no taxiways here. On the runway, so the strobes have to come on. Touchy pedals, touchy pedals. So, as we do this, flaps, we can go flaps 1 for this takeoff. Terms are set for takeoff. Okay, let's do our passenger briefing, which I think is in the upper menu. Yep. So we want passenger briefing.
May I have your attention, please? We will be taking off shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices, stow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles. Ensure your seat is in the upright and outboard position. Extend your headrest and fasten your lap belt and shoulder harness. Thank you.
Okay. Alright, what do we need here? Speed brake 0, trim set for takeoff, TCAS, TRA. Where is that again? Okay, that's set. Go around button. See, I never know how to do in this thing the TCAS, TRA. Alright, we do want to be squawking... Well, we can squawk 7,000, that's fine. We do want to be on the Unicom frequency. And pedos. Taxi lights off, landing lights on. Strobe is already on. Go around button push, that makes the flight director on. Okay, what are we going to climb to? I don't even know what my flight altitude is supposed to be here. That's probably something I should know. 350. Okay, well, we don't really have any kind of approach or anything, so we'll just we'll climb to 10,000 feet initially. We'll go with that. Okay, and with that, we are set for takeoff. Brake off. Good to go, I think. Let's do it. I didn't set any V speeds or anything like that. I feel like I screwed that up. Should have done something there, but it's okay. We can rotate. There's a plane there. Interesting. Gear is up. We are going to have to make like a very sharp sort of left turn here, which we will do. Just want us to do his right turn. We're going to do a right turn. Doesn't seem right to do a right turn, but we'll do that anyway. Do a climb, there we go. We'll just spin ourselves around in a right turn, that's fine. Our climb speed is generally supposed to be around 170 at this point, so we're actually climbing a little bit conservatively, but that's okay. We'll just get ourselves turned around. We're looking for that OG point there. We got a nice steep bank. Just assume that we don't have any scared passengers. Well, there's a soccer stadium down there. That's dope. Flight level change, 170. LNAV is engaged. It's not 170, is it really? That can't be. Keep forgetting. What is the proper climb profile for this? Well, 240. I think 170, what I'm thinking about there is the TBM. That's a nice little loop we flew, actually. That's pretty tidy there. I'm happy with that. Looks good. Okay. We are right on track. That's looking real good. We'll have to take off landing gear, retract the flaps, 0, throttles to climb, yaw damper is on. Autopilot on, ice protection. There are clouds, but it looks like we are going to avoid them. Passenger safety light, landing lights, altimeters. Okay, we can turn the landing lights off and we can switch the altimeter to standard. Yep, that worked brilliantly. My buttons all work. No passengers today. Get the lights on for this in a little bit. I'll be right back. Apparently my Roomba is stuck near a cliff. What happened? Be right back. Are we smuggling any cargo today? Well, we are expecting an extremely hot weekend, so we are smuggling lots of ice. Let's just say that. Lots of ice. And we have to hurry because it's, you know, it's going to melt. So we got a couple of freezers in the back, some brewskis. It's hammock weather, which means that after this flight, I'll be hitting the hammock for a couple hours. Do some comic book reading. Yeah. How was your tube shopping today, Sean? man. This aircraft is just nice. Tube shopping was good. Got two one-seaters for the kids and a double for the wife. Oh, that's nice. So is this like a river that you can just float down, just following the current? We've got one like that near my parents' house in the interior of BC, and it's generally packed with sunburned drunk people in the summer, slowly roasting themselves and, you know, sliding down or floating down the river. Decent current, as long as you get off before the big dam, you're good. Well, that sounds like fun. That's usually that's a good time. Just do be careful of like heat stroke. People every year, like you get lulled into a false sense of security because you're surrounded by water, but take lots of liquids. Hey, we're almost coming up on our top of descent here already. This does not take long. This is not a very long flight. It says we have 33 minutes left on this flight, but our top of descent is already, well, I guess about just under 100 nautical miles away. And that is display menu, VNAV. Okay, yeah, it's already on. Sweet. I do love this plane. Oh, the tube has got a cooler built into it? Well, that's like a luxury tube, man. That's pretty awesome. I don't remember seeing this much screen tearing before. What's up with that? Uh-oh, what did you do? What language did you use, Sean? That got you in trouble. Oh, you used the word of the country we're flying to. Yeah. It's one of the hottest nations. It's known as the frying pan of the world. See, that makes sense then that we're bringing cold drinks. That totally makes sense. Urgent. Should try turning on VSync at some point. Look at the clouds clear out of the way. Since we are already coming up on our descent here pretty soon, we can turn the seatbelt signs off. What am I looking for here? I guess I'm just looking for minimums, but I guess we can do those later. Decision height 333. No, output elevation 732. So decision height, decision altitude is 1040. Let's see, just want to practice these buttons here. So refs, yeah, see, there's the, okay. Let's actually get that in here. That's one thing we really didn't do. Perf. Yeah, we should have done that. Oh well. Okay, let's see if we can get... Can we get any kind of... What is a good way to get ATIS? It's always so super annoying. Wait, is that actual data? Oh, it is. Oh! It gives me the METAR. Well, that's sweet. I wonder if we can get it in the airplane, though. Let's see, where would we get that from? CDU menu? No. I know we can get this from here somewhere. It's direct, flight plan legs, MFT data, no. It's gotta be in here somewhere. Data link, right? Yeah, weather, request terminal weather for DRRN, send. Let's see if we can get this back. Oh yeah, there we go. There's our METAR. So we can absolutely get that. Okay, so we have 270 at 6. And yeah, and it's hot. Okay, so that is what I get on that scope though too. Sweet. So 270/06 for the wind, and it is 34 degrees. QNH 1012. Can I put in 1012 there? Yeah, it's smart enough. Excellent. Cool. There's our V speeds for the approach. So now that we have that, now we can go to refs. Show them. And our barometer. That's the one thing I don't think I can... No. Okay, that's the one thing that doesn't really... Don't really have a knob for that. What did I say that we wanted that to be? 1040. Okay. Perfect. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff. And there we go. We're getting closer to our top of descent. So horse racing, camel racing, and sorrel. I don't know what sorrel wrestling is. Some of the traditional sports in this place we're flying to. Sorrel wrestling, known as king of sports in the country. Oh, I just tilted my head. I was wondering why the plane was sideways, but it was just me. It's the stand-up style of wrestling, which all moves takes place with both wrestlers on the feet. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That does not seem like a sport that is super conducive to hot weather. So let's just have a quick check at our altitudes here to make sure that those line up. We want to be at 14,000 at air trot at flight level 140. That's correct. And then Kelut 2,500. Nice. That all looks good then. That all looks good. So we can actually program that in here, and then when we get to our top of the descent, we just engage VNAV, and away we go. You don't like any? Yeah, well, dude, I don't even like doing anything in super hot weather. It's supposed to get to like 29 or 30 on Monday, and I'm already super annoyed. Like, we're not even there yet, but I'm already like, man, I'm gonna hate that. I'm just looking at the photo you sent of the tube. That's really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, 31 degrees on Monday, 29 on Sunday, 29 on Tuesday. The only good thing is that I literally have an air conditioning unit sitting right beside me. It's going to be working a lot over the next week or so. It doesn't get super hot very often here in Vancouver, but we tend to get a few hot days. Plus my room is south facing, and it is, you know, on the second floor, so it gets pretty toasty up here. Canadian Tire special this week. There's no rivers to go tubing around here, I don't think. Otherwise I would totally go check that out. We did just get bicycles, so I mean, I've had a bicycle for a while, but my girlfriend just got a bicycle for her birthday tomorrow. So we're going to be heading out on some nice bike trails when it is not like 30 degrees. It's got to be a little bit cooler. But I like biking because you kind of, you know, it's easier than walking a lot of the times. And yeah, just a bit better. I'd never buy a house without central air. I know, that's already... It's something I'm keeping in mind for when we're looking here. It's a bit of a... It's not that common here because, like I said, it typically doesn't get too terribly hot. But having said all that, you know, I would love to still have central air. I really would. And I will be looking for that when we're looking for a house. But there's a good chance it's not going to happen. I don't have bike tassels on the handlebars, no, but I should get some, because that's pretty sweet. And a little pink basket for the front, for the handlebars. So my plan, by the way, is to do another flight after dinner this evening. That will be to forget where. I think it might be down to Nigeria, actually. And that's going to be a slightly longer flight. But these are all pretty, right now they're pretty easygoing flights. The CJ4 is just, you know, I keep saying it's such a pleasure to fly. Okay, so there is top of descent. Let's engage VNAV. And pull back. Well, we don't need to pull back on the throttle just yet because we are not yet descending, but once we capture the path, we'll do that. TOD is blinking, and we're looking for this path to go to V path. There we go. Now we are on the vertical path. And we can throttle back the engine so we don't go crazy fast here. 3-degree slope, 2,256 feet per minute. And that just keeps adjusting depending on what we need. You can see here with the arc, it is right on E-trot, which is where we want to be, 14,000. So this stuff is just so good in this airplane. So good. If this airplane had an auto throttle, it would be the single best plane to fly. I think the Airbus is going to have that. Oh, good. That's good to know that Nigeria is fine. Technically, it's called Republic of the Niger, but I don't think it would have let me put that in the title either, and I really didn't want to fight with Twitch about it. So, our descent, ice protection, we can turn the seatbelt signs back on.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs. Thank you.
And then we will do our passenger briefing soon-ish. See, I love that. I used to have to push all these buttons to make this happen, like upper menu, lower menu, and I've assigned them now all to various switches on here. It's so much nicer. Much, much nicer to do it this way. So we're actually flying past the airport and then looping back. You kind of see that on the FMS there, on the MFD. The airport's going to be off in like that general direction, and we're just going to fly and then do an 180-degree left turn, essentially, to make our approach. That's one thing. Did it actually have an transition altitude for the approach on here? Runway slope. No, I guess not. There's multiple pages. No, I guess not. Still no ATC? No, out here, I doubt it. I mean, there's nothing on the scopes. We're not gonna, you know, for the most part, I don't think we're gonna have a lot of ATC on this part of the world tour. Probably won't, honestly, until we get to, like, Asia. We might get some in Southern Africa every once in a while. There's some in the Middle East, sometimes has some coverage. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, most of the ATC stuff is in Europe and North America. That's okay. I had, like I said, I had a really good ATC experience earlier this week. On Monday, flying to Hawaii. That was a lot of fun. And then I also had it again on Tuesday to do the Ferrari flight to Marseille. That was really good, actually, because there was one point where I got cleared on an approach, and I wasn't sure if that meant I should start descending via that arrival or not. And so I just asked the guy, and he answered me. So I was like, sweet, that's good to know. So I'm slowly learning that stuff as well and getting more comfortable just in general, speaking to ATC and getting them to, you know, like working with them essentially, so. Yeah, 1-1 whiskey. I should do another, like, just a specific VATSIM flight at some point. I'll have to think about where to fly, though. Actually, a buddy of mine wanted me to fly to South Korea, to Seoul, but we'll have to see. Well, I mean, I guess my next VATSIM flight for sure will be in Europe, because where's the next Grand Prix after France? Isn't it, like, in Hungary or something? Well, please don't be in Hungary, because I just came from there. But I expect, I mean, it'll be somewhere in Europe, I believe. Maybe Austria. They're doing like 18 Grand Prix in Austria this year. Oh, you want to? Oh, we want to fly to Vegas. We could do a flight from Vancouver to Vegas or something in an Airbus. That might be kind of fun. Part of me actually wants to do this on a night where it's like an event, where there's full VATSIM coverage. That seems like the ultimate thing. I'm a little bit hesitant on that still, but we definitely could do a flight to Vegas. That's not a bad idea. France and then Austria. Okay, well, so that flight from France to Austria is going to be nice and short, and it's definitely going to have ATC coverage. Well, as long as we do it like on a weekend, because we'll have to do it early enough in the day for the Europeans to be awake. I have flown into Vegas once before in here in the simulator at the near the very beginning. I didn't get to see much of the strip because I was so focused at that time on flying. I'm a bit more comfortable with the actual flying procedures these days, that I can actually enjoy like scenery and stuff a bit more. Oh, 2 back-to-backs in Australia? In Austria? Okay. Well, that gives us plenty of time to do other things then, because obviously we're not going to have to move the plane within Austria, I don't think. Well, we might have to fly from one city to the other, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. That would be kind of pointless. But I do think we can do a flight to Vegas. We'll have to see where from. Easiest, honestly, would be to fly from somewhere in California, but maybe we'll pick like a slightly less busy place, like something like Salt Lake City, or even Vancouver, even though that might be a bit of a long-ish flight. I think Vancouver is like a 2-hour flight to LA, so Vegas should be similar. I have done a loop over the Grand Canyon, but that was before they updated it. It wasn't all that special. That seems like a flight I should do, you know, in the Piper, in the smaller turboprop, and just kind of do it, you know, sightseeing-wise. Since there's no shack stream tonight, we're not going to be flying around Hawaii, so I'm going to be doing that next week. But we could do like a flight around around the Grand Canyon on Shack News the week after next, maybe. Fly in the Grand Canyon? Yeah, I suppose we could. I suppose we could. Okay, so we will be at 15,000 here. 14,000, so we might as well continue this on. We're going to go all the way down to 2,500. But the V path is going to keep us at 14,000 and then descend us again immediately after that once we meet this restriction, this constraint. But yeah, I think we can fly in the Grand Canyon, for sure. I mean, it's possible, I think. All right, and we seamlessly go down to 2,500. Excellent. Doesn't look like a whole lot of civilization out here at this point. No, you're right. I would not want to live in a frying pan. So it looks like the airport is just on the far side of that river. And just at like our 11 o'clock. Can't see much of anything out there. But it's over in that direction somewhere. So I guess this chart does not have overlay functionality. But this one does. Overflying city of Niamey prohibited. Interesting. So I don't think we have this Lelam waypoint actually in our FMS. It's not part of the procedure here for some reason, so we're not going to make that quite that wide of a turn.
May I have your attention, please? We will be landing shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices, stow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles.
I'm not entirely sure actually we're going to get
Return your seat to the upright and
any kind of
position. Extend your
ILS or anything like that here either.
lap belt and shoulder lines. After landing, please remain in your seat with your lap belt and shoulder lines securely fastened until the aircraft is come to a complete stop in the parking area. Thank you.
NAV 1. I mean, it's an RNAV, it's not an ILS approach, so... We'll see. Got a local altimeter, we've done the crew briefing, minimums are set, fuel transfer selector off. I don't even know where that is and what we do with it. It's already off. Well, that's just a check, I guess. Passenger briefing, flaps. Yeah, okay, we should start, we should really start slowing down. So we do want to get to flaps 15 here shortly. There's the airport. Looks like the gates and stuff are off to the left. it's kind of... I don't think we're going to hit this altitude here. Oh, maybe. I feel like it needs to descend us a bit faster here. Tonight is Taco Thursday. That sounds good. I just gotta make some chicken later. So there's our destination right down there. Yeah, I don't think this is going to descend us quite properly here. I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like it's miscalculated something. It's weird. Or like it thinks we're actually further away than we are, because we're not that far away from this waypoint. And I feel like it could be descending us quite a bit faster. Maybe I can help it out a bit. Like I'm just going to take over here because it's clearly not doing enough of a task. Can I activate approach? Does that do anything? Hard to say. Yep, U-turn is about to come up. There it is. Get some speed brakes here because we do need to slow down.
Altitude.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to land this one manually, so... Like, I don't think we're going to get, don't think we're going to get a glide slope here, or even, I mean, we have LNAV, but... Let's pause the music here so I can concentrate on flying this aircraft. I mean, it does have VNAV still set to the runway, so I think as long as I set this to like below the runway, which is the runway was at 700 or something, so I'll set it to here. It should take us to the runway. see the runway lights blinking over there, just off in the distance. Okay, maybe we do actually have approach. Yeah, we do have approach stuff. Just this doesn't seem to actually do anything. Well, it does have a top of descent there programmed in, so it does look like it's going to take us down to the runway. Speed is coming down nicely. We want it at about 100 and, what is that, 116 for our approach speed. So there's the runway. And we're actually coming in quite nicely here. What was the best part of your day today? Honestly, it's probably this, because up until this point, I was, even though I'm on vacation, I was doing a lot of work today. I was doing a lot of coding and stuff like that, which was fine. But, you know, I got a lot done. Boy, this is hello, autopilot. You're just like wildly swinging us left to right, aren't you? So far, the best part of my day is just getting to sit down here and doing a flight. Diori Hamani. Okay, now we're established a little bit better here. It's not descending though.
Autopilot.
Gotta do it myself then. Good thing is the flight director is still showing me like exactly where I should be altitude wise, so I just gotta keep it on that little pink pink donut there. A little bit of speed brakes.
Minimums.
Oh, geez. We get so low. We did it. That was a slightly less automated landing than I had hoped for. And we almost belly flopped short of the runway because I got real low there for a moment. But all you got to do is nose up, bit of power. We did just fine. And the music can come back on. It's the fuel truck, but whatever.
Be afraid to borrow. Chord progressions,
There's a Lufthansa Airbus over there. Nice.
little ditties, tiny things. Just snatch them all up.
You are correct. It is now hammock time. Torpedoes can come off. Lights can come off. Seatbelt lights off. Cabin lights off. Everything has been shut off. Flaps up. That's all cleaned up. We're all good and happy.
Or borrowing something that I heard.
Just get her shut down.
And
And that's it.
I thought it was not original, not creative. But I quickly found out that I am not original or creative. I can't make up a new thing.
Alright, that was fun, with a little bit of extra spice at the end. Always good. Nice 48-minute flight. The next flight's going to be a bit longer. Let me just see where we go to later
Very much doubt.
today. That will be after dinner. We're going to be flying
The first ones to think
down
it's
to...
easy. So once you get over that,
Um,
it's easy. You just borrow. Basically, let's just copy it and just do a little changey thing and pretend, like it's yours.
we will be... Actually, let's look it up in here. That's easier. We will be flying from here, of course, to...
Generation now can steal everything from the older.
Oh, that's right, Ivory Coast. Côte d'Ivoire. To the Ivory Coast. So that's going to be a nice flight, actually. It's a little bit longer, not super long, but that should be a nice flight. We might be able to do it real time if it's early enough in the morning, local time there. We'll see. I'm sure I'll talk to you then, Sean.
Like a sneaky thief in the night.
I'm going to go enjoy the hammock now and then have some dinner. Catch you in a bit.
And also be respectful, like leave them like a little note saying thank you very much